Oh man.
All right, look, I'm gonna say this right now. We're gonna have time gates in the description below as well as in the comment section. So skip around to what topic you want. All right, I'm gonna say that again. We're gonna have time gates in the comment section in the description of the video. Skip around if you rather hearing if you don't want to hear the intros and whatever. I don't know. I'm slurring my words. But
Praise.
in the comment section, you can skip around. Time gates are there. Testing 1 2 3. Can y'all hear me?
Testing.
Sure.
No, man. You said that last week, and I sounded garbage. Someone please go.
You
on
sound
there and
good.
scream and
Hold up.
listen.
I'm going on there right now. Hold up.
I'm already on it. I just said sure.
Hold up.
Oh.
In the comment section in the description of the video.
No, take that
You
off.
good? You good?
All right. This is Gaming
I
Talk
told you that already.
41S. Thank you, sir. Hey, and y'all know how we're gonna do the intros now. I'm gonna run through the people here, and at the end of it, Mass is gonna say what he usually say, his signature phrase with that like button though. So let's get it started. Yo, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Raw coming at you raw. Hope your day is all well. Bless you for stopping by. God bless you. Let's get on with the video. This is Gaming Talk 41S. This is the S series where we just chill on the gaming news and stuff that's going on and just have a good conversation. I got my dudes with me. PrinceThaGamer, that's fresh PrinceThaGamer. What's up, man?
What is up, everybody? What's going on? Here to
Awesome.
talk about gaming. Let's get it.
Yeah. That's PrinceThaGamer in the description. You can find his channel. Subscribe to him. Hashtag like all his content. Also, I got my dude Mass in the house. That's DaRealMastalin. Say yo.
What it do, people? What it do? We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. As usual, we about to argue.
No, Mass. No,
It's
Mass.
going down.
See,
It's going down.
See
Next.
this? No. See.
Next.
Hello?
Anyway,
Next.
in the
Next.
description, we have DaRealMastalin. Subscribe to his channel. Sorry if I broke y'all mics and sound barriers, but Mass, no good. Anyway, we're gonna go to 8-Bit. 8-Bit, say hey to the people.
Hey everyone, it's your Professor 8-Bit coming right back at you, and we're back at Gaming Talk, and like always, it's always going to be fun, I know it.
Oh yeah, real quick. Get your kunai out. Hit that like button with the ninja stars real quick. Appreciate y'all.
Awesome.
Good night. Yeah, I'm done.
Yes,
I was watching the ninja movie. It just is what it is at this point.
you right. Respect. Well, that's your boy Maslin with the hashtag like. Hashtag like all these guys' content. Professor 8-Bit is in the description. You can follow him there, as well as all these gentlemen. Red, aka Static Ninja, said he's gonna join later, but if he doesn't, I'm still representing him in the comment section. Hashtag like his content in the description. Find his channel there. So anyway, this is Gaming Talk 41S. We're gonna do what's free, then we're gonna move on to gaming news, the stuff that's been happening in, I guess you could say, this gaming world. I'm going to let, I don't let 8-Bit usually do this, but 8-Bit, I'm going to text you right now the list for PlayStation. Mass, you already got the list for Xbox because you did a video on it, but I'm going to send you, hold up, wait. 8-Bit, you there? Oh, okay, who's playing a video game? What is going on here? Who's slamming those buttons? Who's doing that? Why y'all getting quiet? Someone say something.
It has to be fresh.
What you mean?
Ain't you fresh? Pushing
Doing
the
what?
button?
Why y'all stop talking?
Fresh, you can't be smashing those
Hello?
buttons on mic like
Dude,
this.
I'm sitting in a chair looking out the
Ooh,
window. You
Thank
just
you
stop.
for reminding me. We're on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, as well as SoundCloud. In the description, you can also find us there. Make sure you subscribe and leave happy things and reviews and all that good stuff. 8-Bit, I text you the PS4 list. Mass, you there too?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yes.
All right, look, you already know, but I'm gonna just text you, just so you can have it on hand. Like you know
The
can't talk.
Xbox games list.
Not only that, but you know, you got the price and all that stuff. I want you to tell, because
Price is
PlayStation doesn't
right.
tell us what we
I
save. You know, they don't tell us nothing. But
Yeah.
tell you what you
Xbox,
save.
you like
You
the
talking
money?
about, yeah, the cheesy, the cheesy little amount that these games usually cost across the board.
Cheesy
Sure.
little amount. Look, people need to know this. But anyway, we're gonna go into our first topic. Like I said, we're gonna go into what's free, and then we're gonna do gaming news. We're at 5 minutes. Let's just say 6 minutes. We're gonna let 8-Bit go first. 8-Bit, I text you the list. Tell the people what they can get on PlayStation Plus. July 2017.
All right, everyone.
It's January.
Hey. Let's start with the Until Dawn PlayStation 4, which I just picked up, by the way, on hard copy. Like literally 2 weeks ago, I picked it up. I'm like, really? But oh well, it's still a
Yep.
great game. I wanted a
picked it
hard
up,
copy
too.
of it anyway. So that's coming out on PlayStation 4, obviously. Game of Thrones Telltale game series. That's also coming out on PlayStation 4. Die Mr. Robot on PlayStation 4 and Vita.
Yes.
They still got that Vita support, don't they?
Yes.
Element 4.1 on PlayStation Vita. Tokyo Jungle.
Well, wait
is
a
that
second.
all together?
That Elemental thing was supposed to be PS3. Did I mess up?
Yeah, it says Vita. Yeah, that's a. Yeah,
Oh, no, Vita. No. That's
yeah,
correct. That's correct. That's Vita. I'm sorry. I could have
Oh,
sworn.
they have it on Vita?
Yeah, that's Elemental 4 or whatever. I think that's a cross title for PS4 and Vita, but I can't promise you that. I know for a fact that's Vita. I'm sorry. I interrupted you. Go.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. The next one up is Tokyo Jungle on PlayStation 3. And Darksiders Resurrection on PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm.
They have that on. I've never played that one.
Well, if you got a PS3, download those games.
Yes, I do. I'm gonna have to now.
Dig your PS3.
Tokyo Jungle. What's Tokyo Jungle? What is that?
I don't know. I never played it. I never had a PS3.
Tokyo
I
Jungle.
want to point
Tokyo
out.
Jungle.
I want to point out that I got yelled at saying anything for not saying the prices. There was no prices just now.
Listen.
Nothing was said. I don't want to put it out. I
already
put that out.
said-
Before anything was even said, I got yelled at
No, man,
for not
listen.
saying the prices.
Okay, look.
As just now, we went through it and no prices were said. I ain't saying that to happen. I just
Look,
wanted
look.
you to know.
All right,
I
so
just wanted you to
Until
know.
Dawn is $19.99 new. So I know that for a fact because I was
I
gonna
don't
pick
know.
it up.
I don't know these prices for PlayStation because they didn't tell me. I'm sorry. Xbox told me the prices, so we're gonna say the Xbox
But you could have
prices.
went on the PlayStation Store.
Look, man. Move on.
All these
That
things
was
are on the
PlayStation
PlayStation
Plus.
Store.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna go to Maslin now. He got the Xbox list. The games you could get for Xbox games with
Hold up, you didn't
gold.
even see. Hold up, you didn't even say Game of Thrones, did you?
Fresh,
I did.
Pay attention. Pay attention, Fresh. Pay
Now
attention.
Mike's missing.
No,
better stop
I've been working. Your ears are the ones not working.
Mike's done. Fix that mic.
No, Fresh, you can't put that on us. That's you and you're downloading the thing in the background. And you playing your
Yeah.
game. You're doing too much. Why you can't just sit and listen, man? And participate. Come on,
Man,
man.
you talking about free games?
You can't pause it. He can't
Yeah,
pause
man.
it. He said that earlier. He can't pause it.
The game paused. What you
No,
mean? Ain't no game
download.
playing. What game? What game I'm playing?
The
button mashing like you playing Infamous.
Click, right.
Who playing Infamous? You playing Infamous? That's not even me. You got a
He
game
playing
on.
second. He
Yeah,
playing
anyways.
second. That's what it is.
Oh, snap. Wait a second. Am I streaming this menu? Oh, let me get off this menu. All
Yeah,
right.
see, look at that. Yeah, I'm done.
Why no one told me anything? Anyway,
What you mean? That's what I thought you wanted to do.
Anyway, Mass is up next with the games for gold. Thank you, 8-Bit, for sharing what people can download for PlayStation Plus.
Sure.
Awesome list, by the way. Moving to
Good list,
Microsoft's Maslin. I say Microsoft Maslin, like Maslin is part of that. Well,
on, you
then
ain't go to
again,
the
you
Vita.
are in a way part of Microsoft.
We said
with
the
stock.
Vita, we said the PS3. Again, if you was paying attention, you would have
Y'all
heard
didn't
all
talk
this
about the
stuff.
Vita games.
Yes, we
Anyway.
did.
Oh,
We
Tokyo,
talked about everything.
Yeah.
Again, if you was paying
Tokyo
attention.
Jungle.
okay. Tokyo Jungle is that one where you're an animal and you're in the city has got like there's been an apocalypse or something, and all the animals you become like you could be a cat or whatever, and then you start making these groups of your own kind and start trying to survive from all these other animals that come in. I wanted to play that game.
So hold up, that's on Vita.
No, that's on PlayStation 3. That's you can go around and you kind of make your own. You know, if you want to be a cat or a dog or a chihuahua or a poodle.
Oh yeah, that animal game. You
You have to
going
try
around.
to survive, and then you multiply, and then you kind of make like a little army or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, the
That looks very
RPG game.
interesting.
Yeah,
Graphics are not that great, but I've always wanted to.
No, it look like
What I'm
PS1.
looking at, the gameplay looks good. That's what I'm kidding.
Here, let's get this
All right,
list out of the way,
move
and
on
then
to
we can
Xbox.
probably put our
Yeah.
2 cents in on things. But Maslin, you're up.
Okay. From July 1st to July 31st, you get Grow Up, which is the sequel to Grow Home. It's a platformer about climbing a beanstalk. It's $9.99 normally. From July 16th to August 15th, get Runbow, which is like it's a party game where things in the obstacles on the screen appear based on the color of the screen. I play with my kids. I made a video about this, and the one about PlayStation stuff is going up today. But Runbow, it's just like a party game. It's geared towards party environment type thing where you play with kids or you play with your friends or whatever. It's that type of game.
That sounds like Splatoon.
Not really. It plays nothing like Splatoon. It's
I'm
more
saying,
like it's more super super time force than Splatoon. But
Oh, okay.
it's played like that. And that's on Xbox One from July 1st to July 15th on Xbox 360 and Xbox One via back compat. You get Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days, which is normally $14.99. And from July 16th to the 31st, you get Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, which is normally $19.99. I'm assuming they did that because the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie is out. But
that's cool.
And this is the good Lego when they don't talk, right, Mas?
Yeah, this list is okay. It's not great.
No, that
Okay.
I remember that Kane and Lynch though. That's something because I remember when Kane and Lynch
The
2
first
came
one-
out. I thought
first
Kane and
one
Lynch
was-
1 went.
I
First one.
I didn't like the second one.
I thought when I seen Kane and Lynch, I'm like, that's next gen right there. When I saw them games.
Yeah, I like Kane and Lynch the first one. Me and my wife played through Kane and Lynch 1 and 2. The second one, I wasn't feeling it. The first one I dug though. The first one I got down with because you played through Kane and Lynch 1 and 2. You played through Army of 2.
Yeah, Army of 2
We
was good.
played games like that. Like we played the
Hold on, would you put
13
Would you put
co-op
Kane and
games.
Lynch in the same category as Payday?
No. Well, it's the way Payday is set up. Payday is more Rainbow Six
Okay,
Siege than
like it's more
Kane and Lynch.
getting
But
ready-ish
the
for
whole
one
Robin
tackling
thing,
one objective.
like Kane and Lynch essentially was a setup for GTA 5 heist. More or less. Like the entire story was about pulling off a heist and then getting double crossed.
Spoiler alert.
Bro, no, don't do
Whatever.
it.
That it's a 15-year-old game. Like there's no spoiler
Last of Us.
alert, nothing. You don't get no spoiler alert for nothing. If you ain't play it, you're not gonna play it now. You're still not gonna play it, even though if you got back compat, like it,
Hell up,
it
you
is
can
what
play
it is.
Kane and Lynch
There's,
1.
there's a lot of games.
You can
I
play
was playing
Kane
that
and
game right now, and I was only an hour away from beating the game. Thanks, you guys just.
See, no, that's Master.
Wait, what game?
Oh, well then you already know what I just said because that happens in the first 8 seconds of the game.
Yeah, that is true.
It literally happens at the beginning of the game, and the
another
rest
thing
of
I
the game
knew-
is about revenge.
Another thing, Logan
That's
died.
also in the
And
trailer. It's also in the trailer.
Logan dies at the end. That's all I'm saying.
Now that's a spoiler of a different kind. Y'all
No,
deal
we
with friends of your
all
own
right.
accord.
We're looking for new members. We're looking for a new member of Gaming Talk to fill in the place Fresh used to be in. Email me at
everybody saw it.
gamingfordays.raw.
Y'all was spoiling the heck out of that movie, man. You was like, oh, you gotta see it because this happened. No.
Now
I don't wanna hear that
everybody,
now.
PrinceThaGamer, email all your spoilers at his doorstep. Anyway,
Directly to him.
directly to him.
The
What's his Twitter?
PrinceThaGamer.
Yeah, PrinceThaGamer.
Yeah, it's at PrinceThaGamer.
Tweet all. If you mad at what he just said, go ahead and tweet all the spoilers of Horizon Zero Dawn and everything.
And Horizon Zero Dawn, Aloy dies too, and then she have a child at the end.
What are you doing right now?
This part he's just making up. He's making it up.
No, man, stop talking about Horizon Zero Dawn, please. Let's
He just made that up.
Hey, stop playing young, man.
Play that game, dog.
Stop it. Listen.
Don't worry about that. He just made that up.
Hey, Maslin, did you say all the lists?
There's another city though.
Did you say all the lists?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, well, I forgot to mention and put on 8-Bit's list for PS4 PlayLink, this game called That's You. It's a game that is starting this PlayLink brand that PlayStation is starting. You got a limited time in downloading it, but it's going to be available next week. So download this game called That's You. You can play it with your phone up to 7 players, 6 to 7, I believe. And yeah, like I said, PlayLink. Download the game. It's free. Wonder if it's good. Has anybody here played it?
How we play it? That game it's debuting on PlayStation 4 July 4th.
Like I said, it's a phone game.
How can we play it?
You play it with your phones on your
No, you said did we play it before? It's
Look,
debuting.
I was kind of asking Maslin because he be having the inside of everything.
Yeah, Did you play that?
If you played SingStar, you played PlayLink.
All right.
Hold on, SingStar. Hold up. Hold
you
up.
gonna be singing in this game?
You really comparing SingStar to That's You?
The PlayLink? Yes, 1000%. Cause it's the same exact thing.
SingStar?
Yes, SingStar uses PlayLink.
So you go in there and sing.
So no. SingStar don't use I'm thinking about the one for PS2. You might be talking about the updated version. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, I just wanted to mention. That why, because hey, that's something.
That's you. Well, look, that's free. That's all I'm saying. That's something different. You try that out with your family and friends.
I gotta go ahead and make sure I sound good.
You good? I'm listening to the stream.
Good. Yeah, I just was listening to it. Anyway, going back to Gaming Talk, that was what's free. Before I bounce off of what's free, did anyone play Game of Thrones? That Telltale's game that PlayStation is getting next week?
Yeah.
I have not.
Is it good? Because I have not.
Yes. If you like Game of Thrones, you'll like the Telltale game. If you don't, it doesn't technically tie directly into Game of Thrones, but it's very close, I guess. So I don't know. It's one of those things. Either you like it, or
is it good as Walking Dead?
That was one of my questions. Is it tied to the show?
No, it's part of the show, but it's its own story. It takes place in between parts of the show.
All right, did you play
same characters in there?
Yeah, you'll see a couple familiar characters. You'll see a couple familiar characters.
So is it like Walking Dead kind of story thing? Like it's its own game? That's basically what it is.
It's its own game. It's within the Game of Thrones universe, and it's during the time of the show. It's just an offshoot story that's happening at the same time.
You played the whole thing of Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
Did you play Game of Thrones? So would you say no, I'm not saying no spoilers, but would you say like because Walking Dead was good in my opinion, that was good.
Yeah.
Would you say is up there with Walking Dead as far as storyline? Like you can get into it, like your personal opinion.
Yeah. Like I said, as long as you're into Game of Thrones, standalone, it's a decent game. It's just a lot of the references and lore and why things happen, other than, like during the course of the game, you'll make decisions that you'll say, okay, this happened because I made this decision. But then they'll also reference things from the book or the movie or the show. And if you're not a Game of Thrones person, none of that will mean anything to you.
Oh.
Okay, so
if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, if you're a fan of the show, then I think you'll be fine. I think it takes place after season 1.
Okay.
Like if you have an idea of how the show works, you'll understand what's happening. Like I said, it's just
I'm not dissecting
it's just a separate entity of the show. So.
Okay, so in y'all information, which I wrote down, is the game? Is it all the episodes of the whole thing, or is just pieces?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I'm asking within. What you mean?
He's asking, are you getting the complete series of Game of Thrones?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Yeah.
The Telltale games come as pieces. Yes, you get the whole series.
Okay, good.
Oh, and you get the whole series in the download?
Yeah. It's not like Game of Thrones is only one season. You get the entire season.
Nice. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, that's good.
All right, look. I'm glad everyone is clarified now, or at least everything is clear. But I just want to ask, is it good? No, sir. I need to keep this rolling, okay? All right?
Okay, good.
That was what's free. And before we move on to our next topic, and thank you, everybody, for sharing what you had. 8-Bit has a birthday today. I'm just going to say it now because I don't want to forget.
Whoa. You ain't say.
I didn't forget. I was waiting to
Nope.
do what we were doing. We had this planned out.
Nope.
We had it planned out.
To you.
No, look.
Happy birthday,
I ain't see no script.
dear 8-Bit.
Happy birthday, brother.
Well,
Happy birthday to
you. And thank you, everyone else. And I like the singing, Eric. You should go into that. You should go in that PlayStation thing. Sing.
No, this thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's my new 8-Bit birthday. Another year, God bless you. Another year under the belt, under the touch.
Right.
But yeah, write in the comment section. Also, go to 8-Bit's channel and wish him a happy birthday on his latest.
Thousands of them.
On his latest video. I know you got to blow the cobwebs off it, but just say happy birthday to it.
I'm gonna end up just doing a video without my setup in the back. I just gotta.
Yeah, you look.
Because I wanted to put my Amiibos up there and everything like I did in my old one, but I'm just gonna do it because I can't find any shells or anything. So I'm like,
8-Bit, just get some gameplay in the background and talk over it.
Yeah,
I got like 3 sets that I created in this room. One of them I can't show until I put up my setup video. But from then on, that'll be the set I do all my rants in front of.
Somebody
rants and reviews.
Somebody in the comment section.
Someone in the comment section? That's a bunch of you, Prince. But anyway.
Somebody said.
I'm thinking about putting like a green screen back there.
Yeah, do that. Just have gameplay and you. What? You gonna look like that one dude who used the green screen, just talking behind it? A lot of people do that. But anyway.
Top hats?
No, I don't know who that is. But anyway.
Top Hat and Champagne, you don't know him?
No.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
Shout out to you guys.
Biggest PC elitist of all. Right?
Okay, take that back.
Master Race.
Anyway,
oh, that's being hateful.
No, that's being a little bit sad. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next topic. The next topic, at 24 minutes and 50 seconds, gaming news. So, look, I got some gaming news, and Mass, if you have something, you could chime in and all that stuff. But I'm gonna put it on at 25. I'm gonna just say 25 minutes. Yep. So anyway, the gaming news that I want to share right off the bat. I have to bring this up first because look, man, this is kind of cool. Watch Dogs 2 gets a 4-player update to where you can have free roam now with up to 3 of your friends. Now, a lot of people are saying this should have happened out the get-go, but it's here now. Watch Dogs 2. Actually, it's not here now. The update is coming sooner. Hey, well, look, when is it dropping? Mass, do you have your ear on the ground for that sense?
It drops the next week. Or not next week, the week after next. The Tuesday after this one coming up.
So that's Watch Dogs 2. You're going to be able to play with up to 3 of your friends free roaming. And Watch Dogs free roam is actually, Watch Dogs 2 at least, free roam is actually 10 times better than Watch Dogs 1's free roam. And being able to do that with up to 3 of your friends, hopefully you can turn on friendly fire so you can have like deathmatch anytime. That would be cool. I'm really hoping for that. Because then you can have like a citywide deathmatch with up to 3 of your friends. So anyway, and yeah, I'm going to say it fresh. Let us turn off cops. Because it ain't going to be fun if the cops are on your neck every single second. I'm sorry. No good.
Turning off cops. Come on, man.
Look, I'm sorry.
That's a long dream. No.
Look, let us turn off cops so the cops won't be acting up. So while we shooting each other out. Anyway.
Short of Jumanji.
The next bit of news, and that was Watch Dogs 2. And I just want to say this too. If the host of that thing has the season pass, everybody gets the season pass content while in that host game. So that sharing is caring. Anyway, the next bit of news I got here is PlayStation introducing a new home for PS4 for TV and video. It's a new layout. It's something small. It's just.
Why you say a new home? Why you say that? Like
I know, right?
I
know, right? I got your hopes up, but it's just something small. I just wanted to say that, bring that up. But you guys looking forward to having your TV and your home? It's just going to be redesigned and stuff like that. Nothing else is coming with it. It's a nice update. Don't know when it's coming, so stay tuned. I'll give you the news whenever a big update for PlayStation drops. But another bit of news, not fresh. Maslin, you can actually chime in on this. Okay, the 4K assets. That's a big hot topic right now for Xbox One X.
Hold up. Wait. You about to jump in something big? You about to jump in something big? Hold up. You said what?
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that you forgot something.
I think there was supposed to be words at some point.
You forgot something. Listen, you forgot something. Let me just deliver this one news to everybody. So, if you got a PlayStation VR, go cop that Arizona Sunshine today on VR. $35 on the PlayStation Store. Go and get it. It's on sale. $5 off. Go and get it right now if you got a PlayStation VR. They saying it's the hottest app on VR right now, so go check it out.
Let me ask you this, because I've been hearing some bad things about it. Like, they said they had some problems. Did they fix the problems?
Whatever problem it was, it got fixed immediately.
Good, because PlayStation or VR in general, VR needs all the good press it can get, because VR is not cheap, but hopefully these games that come out for it makes it worth it.
Kill zombies in VR in first person.
Look.
That's awesome.
We're about to go into an Xbox convo or news article or whatever, but that doesn't stop Nintendo news or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to bring this up right now because Maslin, you did a video on this, the 4K assets. IGN is reporting that if you have an Xbox One X, it's mandatory to download the updates with the 4K, and that's for super sampling.
Correct.
That's for super sampling. So, I guess my solution is if you're scared of high big game downloads, right? Because the 4K assets add to the gigabytes, right? If you're afraid, like let's say you got an original Xbox One with 500 gigs, and that scares you, you exactly where you're supposed to be. You got the original Xbox. You can play all of Xbox games, but it comes with the territory. Microsoft Xbox One X is their 4K console, and they're pushing super sampling for 1080p users, and they need those 4K assets to deliver that 4K texture, those 4K details in their games. And it's going to be beautiful for the 4K TV user as well as the 1080p TV user. But it's all 1 terabyte, right, Mass? Xbox One X, all of them have 1 terabyte. So that's 1,000 gigs, correct?
Yep.
So that's 1,000 gigs. But my question to the panel, to the people, okay, should this be optional? Like,
yes,
if you have Xbox One X, should you have an option to, okay, I don't want the 4K textures, don't download? Or is it okay that it's mandatory?
It should 1,000% be optional.
Why you say that?
Because the problem that there is that if it's not an option, then people who, like you said, are afraid of data caps, sure, they should just stick with what they have. But if it's an option, yes or no, then they can choose it from game to game.
Exactly.
Some games, like, no matter how much you pretty up a game, it's still going to look like the same game. Like, some games, the 4K assets might not add as much, so for a 1080p person. So on those games where they don't add a ridiculous amount, because I super sample everything. Like, I play pretty much everything in 1440p, even though I have the ability to play it in 4K. I just play at 1440p Ultra. But
do you do that because of the performance?
Yeah, I do have to get the best performance out of it. But also because to me it just looks good. It looks good, and the assets in that time frame, more or less, are better for how I perceive it. It's just I just think it should be optional, just because for games that it doesn't provide a humongous leap, to me it would be better if you can just make the decision yourself.
I want to ask you this: what games are we talking about? It won't matter. It won't matter in, and what games do you think it would matter in? And I'm talking about, and I'll say this: first-person games, I would say you'll get this benefit more, because with a first-person game, there's not you looking at a person. You are the person looking through their eyes. You can zoom up to, like Skyrim in first person. You can walk up to a tree. You can walk up to a sign. You can look down on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like games like Minecraft is a perfect example. Like, Minecraft, blocks are blocks. When they do the 4K install for Minecraft, in all reality, they're going to add some shaders. They'll add color depth, like hue variation. But if that's not a big thing for you, then them doing it in Minecraft doesn't really mean anything to you. So for games like that, you should be able to choose not to download, or not to have that issue.
All right. Hey, Bit, what you got to say about all this 4K assets and stuff?
I'd have to say definitely a choice. It's always got to be a choice, because not everyone wants to download those big, 100 megabytes and all that good stuff, or not megabytes, but gigabytes of updates just to get better visuals when they don't have to, if they don't want to, they don't need to. But I mean, honestly, I think the games that really do need it are the ones that are trying to go for the realistic look. not the cartoony look. You know, I think that would, you know.
Yeah,
I still think to this day that the game should be running off the disc, not the hard drive. I don't know why everything has to go download on the hard drive. If the Wii U was doing it off the disc, why can't these games do it off the disc? You know what I mean?
Ain't the Switch doing it too?
The reason everybody switched over was because for loading times, to lower loading times.
Yeah, but I would rather have just a little bit extra load time than for me to have to lose all my space and then have to buy a new external hard drive or get a bigger hard drive on it and stuff like that. Like, none of that's necessary. I don't see. Honestly, I honestly think it's a big conspiracy. I think it's just their DRM. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm just guessing.
Because
I think it's DRM. There's no
remember in the
reason
beginning, Microsoft was going the route of use like a computer. Put your disc in, install your game. You could break your disc in half and play your game for eternity. They were going that route, and they made a system for that route. And people might just argue with me on this, but Sony was going that way too. The backlash Microsoft was getting up until E3, I think Sony was like, yeah, people don't want this. Because why I say Sony was going that route too? Because Sony discs are the same as Xbox One discs. You can't put it in and it'll play off the disc. You have to install it. It's the same thing, you know? So at the end of the day, you know, Sony saw that and they said, let's up. And you know what? It'd be so funny.
It has been doing this since the PlayStation 3, so that might be a little.
Was the PS3 actually not installing? I mean, was the PS3 games installing instead of playing off it?
Some games would install to the hard drive too.
But not all games,
but not
right?
but not as long though. Not as that long. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the games were not as long as big as they are now. That's why.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like GTA.
Like honestly, the only thing that the hard drive should be good for is for any DLC or saved games. It shouldn't have the actual game shouldn't go in there. I mean, the discs are able to hold. I mean, more than enough. You know, 100 gigabytes. A disc. What do you call it? A triple layer disc can hold it.
How much is a 4K disc hold? How much can a 4K disc hold? Like, do anyone have numbers?
I think it was 50. Is it 50 or 60 gigs?
Might be 60.
I think it may be 60, but that's just the standard. It's not the ultra triple layer.
So the 4K. What about the 4K?
Imagine.
What about the 4K Ultra Blu-ray discs? How much can those discs hold?
The 4K ones? I know it's a weight more than that.
Yeah, everybody should have went that route.
That's double. That got to be about like 80.
Yeah, because the 4K.
That got to be about 80 gigs.
Sony's already working on a 1 terabyte disc. Hold on a second here.
Yeah, that got to be 100 gigs. I'm sorry, because
I think that's why. I think that's why they did it fresh. I think that's why because games got too big. Because think about it, that day one patch. That's not a day one patch. That's the rest of the game. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
They don't want to spend the extra money to get the triple layer Blu-ray disc or the higher capacity Blu-ray disc, so they just sell you half the game on the disc, and the other half is download.
Yep, I promise you.
They don't want to invest into the disc.
They don't want to invest in bigger discs.
Yeah, bigger discs.
And even though Microsoft, okay, let me ask you this: Xbox One S has a 4K Ultra Blu-ray disc in its system, right? Do we think Microsoft will have Xbox? Well, okay, we already know that they said, Xbox One X games are going to be Xbox One games, but do you think eventually we might see Microsoft release games on 4K Blu-ray discs because they have the player in the console to play it, you know?
Hold up. You said not Xbox, but Microsoft. What do you mean?
Man,
The answer to your question is yes.
Yeah. Well, it's and it's 100 gigabytes to 128 gigabytes on the triple layer disc for 4K disc.
Gotta be
That's from
specific.
triple to quadruple layer. That's
the
disc,
triple layer. It's 100 gigabyte.
Each layer,
Quadruple layer.
except for when you do, because the way they do the layering on the disc, each layer holds like 25 gigs of space, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is the third layer is double thick because it has a base layer and then a prism layer for like the laser focus. So they use the prism layer as another layer. Technically, it's a quadruple layer disc, but it's one double-plated layer, so it holds 50 gigs. So, like you said, 100 gigs, and then the quadruple layer disc are 128. Those are the biggest ones. I don't think anybody's going to do that unless they have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I played a lot of the Wii U games. I played a lot of them, and none of them, even games that were they were from PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, like Black Ops 2.
Rayman Legends, Black Ops 2. Those games never had load times that long, really.
Yeah, they never.
They ran right off the disc. They ran right off.
Yeah,
the disc.
and then you know what's crazy about it? It was smooth too.
Yeah, it still ran good. So there ain't no reason.
It's laziness.
Ain't no excuse.
It's really lazy.
I think it's some lazy stuff going on right now.
I think it's a combination of a little lazy and also cheap. They want to keep the disc as cheap as possible.
Yeah, and
I'm done.
It's a shame because we suffering because we have to buy more hard drives. We got to buy these consoles with terabytes.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? That's how they make. That's how.
We gotta wait longer to play our games when we get them new. And
that's how. Look. That's how they make their money.
Nintendo has always done that with the Wii U. With the Wii, with the Switch, the 3DS, it's always you put it in, you play. There's no update. Well, you know what? I lied. There has been a little slight updates every once in a while, but it's very rare.
Yeah, but that's a console update though. It's not a game.
No, it's a game. There's a game like the Breath of the Wild. It won't let you play unless you had the update.
Oh, you talking about Zelda? Oh, on Switch.
Yeah, Zelda. And also when I was playing Super Smash Brothers on the Wii U, you had to update just to play online.
You had to update it.
Yeah, you have to update.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, that's different. That's different. But a game installing, like once you install one game,
that's what I'm saying. The actual game never installed. It never installed. It was just the little small updates that would come in. If it had like a little fix, it had to do a small little fix somewhere. That's when you would see the.
Now. And that's the problem with games these days. Like I have family come over and they'll say, "Oh, can we play this right now?" Like I'm like, I don't have that game installed. We have to wait like 5 hours. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem with the game industry right now.
Look, they want Fresh to get a 5 terabyte external hard drive. That's what they want. They want Fresh to go buy a 5 terabyte.
That's what they want. I'll go right back on PS3 or PS2 real quick.
They want you to pay the extra money for the hard drives.
You want that?
Instead of 500. Yeah,
Sean
instead of 500, you get a 1 terabyte. Now they're selling the 1 terabyte, but it's they sell them more when they first come out. They're more for the 1 terabyte. Now you get deals where you can get a 1 terabyte.
PlayStation gonna pull a diametric then. They gonna say, well, if you got memory a problem, we got other console, PS3, PS2.
Do y'all? Hold on. Let me ask you this, Fresh. Do you think Sony is going to have a 4K Ultra Blu-ray drive in PS5?
4K Ultra Blu-ray drive? Yeah, and more.
But here's the second question. Do you think they're going to utilize it? Like, right now, the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X will have it. But, hold up, Maz, you said they will eventually support it? Did you say that?
Yeah.
Why
just because it'll become the norm.
Yeah, like 1080p.
It's not so much they are dying to spend the money to do it. It's just after a while it will become the norm and they won't have an option.
Yeah, I believe PS5 will be the norm for 4K. Like it's going to hit the bar of just that middle line is where it's supposed to be.
I'm not even talking about that, Fresh. I'm talking about this whole disc problem we're having right now. Like,
what you mean the disc problem?
Yeah,
you're talking about the Ultra discs.
Just like when when stuff was still coming out on VHS and DVD, and then migrated over to DVD. They stopped making VHS. Stuff was coming out on Blu-ray and DVD. Stuff migrated over to Blu-ray. They very rarely make, like, they still do, but not as much. They make Blu-rays or DVDs anymore, because rather than manufacturing a Blu-ray and a DVD, you just manufacture the Blu-ray. So people are going away from those type of disc mediums because it's easier and more cost efficient to just do one style. So as things transition to the newest thing, they will just stop making the old thing. It's not so much that they're choosing to go with a better solution as much as the companies that they are enlisting to make these things will just be like, no, it'll be cheaper if we just do it this way because we're already set up to manufacture this way.
You know what I think? I think we'll see a trend.
You go to those stores like Walmart or Target, and all them shelves are turning blue.
To answer your question, I think we'll see a transition to Ultra Blu-ray discs during PS5, the end of PS4 Pro life cycle.
I'm gonna be the opposite of all you guys. I'm gonna be the opposite. I think the 4K Ultra Blu-ray player won't be in PS5. Why I say that? I'm gonna be the opposite, just for opposite sake, because Sony. Okay, let me ask you this. I'm just gonna be honest. Who in this panel has 4K Ultra Blu-ray media or discs or movies or whatever?
I do.
I got about six movies.
You got about 6 movies?
One of them's an Alien collection. So.
I have like 15 or so, 16 or so.
Yeah.
I only got 3. Oh.
So you do have a 4K Blu-ray drive, fresh?
Yes.
I got it on my computer.
You got it in your computer. Okay.
I have one in the computer downstairs, but I have an Xbox One S.
Yeah, it's in the living room.
Okay, this is a difference from you guys and the rest of the world. And I'm gonna exclude Fresh because I know that he doesn't have a high-end PC. You guys also have high-end PC, and looking at Maslin now, you also have each console. Like the normal consumer, they ain't living like y'all. Shucks, y'all even got Nintendo Switches. But anyway, the normal consumer.
Well, it's funny because eventually even the norm is gonna be kind of forced to buy Blu-ray. It's going down the aisles of Target or Walmart, and all I see is DVD players, or I'm sorry, Blu-ray players.
This is where I'm getting at.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That was my point. Was that at some point in time, whether or not you want to is irrelevant to the fact that they're just not going to make the other one. They're not going to make the thing that everyone has anymore, and you're going to have to buy something. Just like the people who had them old phones. They all had to upgrade to smartphones, and they hate it with a passion. But it is what it is.
Let me just say my point. The reason why I agree with you, but listen, PS5 is not going to be in that time period when they're not going to make normal Blu-rays or normal Blu-ray players or whatever.
Bro, you got to understand technology is going fast.
Coming out in 2020. Yeah, but technology is moving fast. But this is the reason. My whole point.
Oh,
digital.
My power's flickering over here.
Oh, be careful, man. If the PS4 go off.
I think there's a storm going on. Hold on.
Oh, well, be careful.
There was a really bad one. I'm sorry to interrupt. There was a really bad one yesterday. Knocked down some trees in my backyard. And
oof.
I've only been in this house for like not even a full 2 weeks, and it already knocked down my fence in the backyard.
Oh no. Well, I pray everything be okay with that.
It's flickering. I got my backup, but I don't think it's gonna hold it.
Wow, this dude got backup. Yeah, I'm done.
I got 2 backups. You gotta have it on your PC.
He don't want his games getting fried. Then he gonna be like looking sad. But like I said, going back to what I was saying.
I got a backup UPS on both of my PCs. I also have a generator though on my house. So
like us? Oh.
Whoa.
Well,
8-Bit was he was like, I'm out.
Well, I think his power. It's not good. Well, his backup generator. Hopefully, he could get back in. But we pray that everything okay over there. In Jesus' name, amen. But because you know those storms ain't nothing to play with. But I'll say this. Digital. That's the one word I wanted to let just sit on you guys, because people are consuming movies digitally now more than ever. Like physical media. Like, Fresh, when the last time you bought a physical media?
Last time I bought a physical media,
Like a
not gonna
physical
lie,
disc for a movie.
physical disc for a movie. I can't remember.
I can't either. It's been so long. Like the last time
Yeah.
I bought a physical movie, I can't tell you when, because it's been so long.
Can't. Yeah, it's been a while.
People are consuming media digital more than ever. So I see that what you're saying, Mass, will happen, but not sooner than later. I see it
Hold on,
happening
you said-
a long time from now, just like I see.
You said digital?
No, that's the problem. Your point further solidifies mine, because the fact that people are using different mediums to consume media
I'm saying
means
digital as
that
the
they're
medium.
not going to. No, I'm saying the fact
no.
that people are using different mediums to consume media, digital, whatever. That means that in order to not have to make multiple types of media, they're just going to make one, which is the newest one, in order to save the money, because people are also going digital. They're just going to start the trend to make only the newest one quicker, because that would mean that they don't have to use the money to produce the older media.
Well,
And their justification will be people are doing digital and they're doing ultra Blu-ray. If
Hold up,
they're
when you
buying
talking
a
about-
Blu-ray, if they're buying a physical copy, they're buying the best copy. So
but check
they're
it
going
out,
to stop
Maslin.
making the
Hold on,
older ones
TVs
because
are not
of
even
that.
out there like
Hold on,
talking about
hold up.
Like,
You said,
my
wait a
whole
minute, you
thing
said
is-
digital
Go
though.
ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I was just saying 4K TVs ain't even out there like talking about it. Like, we all in this podcast have a 4K TV, but too many people don't have 4K TVs. And it's so hilarious when you look at these people like IGN or these people on these big YouTube channels say they didn't even upgrade yet. Freaking Angry Joe with over 1 million subscribers don't even have a 4K TV yet. Okay, he said it on the E3 press conference when he was on Game Slice with Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, he doesn't have a 4K TV yet, but he has a 4K monitor.
Yes,
Hold up.
but at the end of the day,
Right, which is how he consumes his 4K content. Like,
you
this
correct.
is the thing.
You correct, but I'm just
Like,
talking about
him-
TV and DVD
him
that hold
making
hands.
connections.
Hold up, I'm confused.
TV
Hold up,
and
bro.
DVD holds hands.
You said digital.
Is all I'm saying.
Hold up, I'm sorry, bro. You said when you say digital, do you mean like everything gonna go digital and physical copies and all that? Like they gonna go out of business? Like they not gonna be around? Is that what you mean?
I'm not saying physical is going to go out of business, because physical is always going to be there, because they're always going to have physical systems like DVD or a Blu-ray player or PS4 or Xbox One or Xbox 360 or PS3.
No,
Physical media is always going to be there, because there's always that need for consoles and DVD players.
yeah, like a new TV or whatever.
Yeah. Like my whole thing
Okay,
is a crazy future would be everybody owns a gaming console, and that is their new way to stick a movie in and watch. Right? That's a crazy future. The
That's way
realistic
out of-
future
yeah,
is people like Maslin is saying go out and buy a DVD player, but people have bought their 4K Blu-ray players. People already, and look, this is gonna make you say what, but there's people still with normal DVD players. This actually might make you say what? Like I was talking to a guy, he working 2 jobs, he's doing this thing, getting that money. This dude's still on VHS. Yeah, I'm done. This dude, I was talking to him.
But
I
he
was
won't
done.
be able to get any new media. Like I said,
He don't buy no new media. He don't.
Right, he doesn't. But he's one of those people who's not going to, because that's how he is. That is just who he is. But like I said, the companies making these products, they have to pay a certain amount to make a product.
Yeah.
If they see that the only things people are buying from analytic trends are the newest type of movies physically, and everything else they're getting digital, all the Blu-ray quality movies they're getting digital, they will stop making DVDs and Blu-rays and go for the thing that
They would never stop making DVDs.
If I can put, yes, they will 1,000% stop making
Why?
DVDs.
Because it's cheaper.
They're gonna go to Blue. They'll make Blue. No.
Yes,
no,
DVDs are cheaper than Blu-ray.
No, it's not. To press the. Again, I work in the manufacturing environment. Trust me when I tell you.
And I know
it's
consumers, man. They go for the cheaper thing.
You know consumers by saying what?
By saying they go for the cheaper thing, and that's DVD.
People will go for because they have a Blu-ray player, and everything comes with a Blu-ray player
over Blu-ray if it's cheaper.
Who?
My dad. Like these people who are still these older people. They go for DVDs over Blu-ray, and I'm like, why would you do that? Blu-ray's so much better. It's so much better picture. And I'll say this.
So you're talking about the older generation that aren't buying. They're not out there buying the Avengers movie. They're not out there doing that because that wasn't on DVD. That was on Blu-ray, and it was on digital Blu-ray. DVD? No, it was on Blu-ray. The newest one. That was on Blu-ray.
So the newest one wasn't on DVD.
And cinematic whatever capture or whatever the stupid thing is called, because they're doing the DVD copy as part of the whatchamacallit now. They cut off making DVD copies of it. That was like, they said that news like a year ago, something like that. They cut off making DVD copies of it, and they're giving the DVD copy away as a digital copy if you buy the Blu-ray. Because a lot of these, because the new Blu-ray DVD players that people are buying for $20, $30, they all have internet connectivity, and you put in a little code.
You talking about Civil War?
Yes, they stopped making the DVD about a year ago.
I don't know about that because I just typed it in and I could buy it right now for $3.99. The DVD.
You didn't listen to what I said. I said they stopped making the DVD, not that it's not available that you can find it. They stopped making.
Oh, you talking about in the stores?
No, they stopped making more copies of them. You can find them online. I can find a copy of Zelda 1 online. That doesn't mean they still make it.
I see what you're saying.
They're
pushing out DVD for Blu-ray.
Right. But and they're gonna keep doing that because, like I said, if a company like Panasonic, because for the most part Panasonic, Toshiba, and those are the highest, and Samsung on the highest on the Blu-ray coalition. Those people do analytic curves of everything that happens as time goes on. And when you're a stockholder, in the prospectus, there's a Blu-ray coalition section that says this is our projected income from this licensing fee for this direct, and this is why we paid this into the coalition, blah, blah, blah. They do analytic trends, and if they see that the only physical media people are buying, or the majority of the physical media people are buying, are the high-end Blu-rays and the higher-end Blu-rays, the ones that come with all these special features, that is what is making them money, and this lower common denominator is not. Once it reaches a threshold, you cut it off. You don't ask anybody, you just stop making it and transfer the resources to make the DVDs. Those resources now become create Blu-rays, or those resources now become create ultra Blu-rays. You're talking about consumers. Consumers don't drive how business works. The only thing consumers work
in the fact that Blu-ray players are going to get pushed out for 4K Blu-ray players. I'm just saying with the whole DVD thing, that's still here, as well as Blu-ray player, that's going to still be here, and it's going to be a long time until Blu-rays are pushed out for 4K Blu-ray players. I say, and that's what I believe.
I'm saying that this is what's going to happen, and this is why the PS5
when you
is
say
going
it's
to
going to
have
happen, when you say Blu-ray players are going to be no more and only 4K Blu-ray players, let's put a date. So when that date comes, I can look at you.
It'll be about 8 years, give or take. That's about how long it took.
When the PS5 is going to drop, sir?
In about 4 years, 3 years, 3.5 years, somewhere in there.
Your statement just now, it more leads to me.
No, again,
with them not putting a 4K Bluray player in PS5.
This is why they'll put a 4K Blu-ray player, because in 3 years, 4K Blu-ray players will be $40. And if you don't put one in your new system, because even right now people are like, why didn't you put one in the Pro?
It made it cheaper.
Right.
I believe I understand.
Right. And again, it's $6. So it made it cheaper is just as stupid as them talking about we don't want crossplay.
They would have bumped that price up if it
because of kids.
No. They ain't gonna sell it. They ain't gonna sell it on like dollar to the dollar. Like they're gonna sell it more to get a profit.
No, then it would have cost them $6. Actually, it would have cost them less because they're part of the coalition that they own half the technology in the damn thing. So it would have cost them even less. So like I said, that is just some BS they decided to make up, and people are soaking up because they said it. But that is complete and utter BS. They just didn't put it in.
They alone. They just alone. They didn't want to.
Look, they didn't put it in because they didn't want to. But they will 1,000% put it in the next one because people are already questioning their decision to not put it in this one. And in 3 years, when I can walk into the Best Buy and look at a 4K Blu-ray player and it's not $300 like it is now, and it's $40, $50, and they don't even have a $40 player in there because to the consumer, I see a $40 DVD or Ultra Blu-ray 4K player, and I'm looking at your PlayStation your new 5, and it doesn't have one. It has the same exact thing your PlayStation 4 is. As a consumer, a layman consumer, I'm like, then what's the point in this one? Because it has a 5. Like, it has to have things that the 4 doesn't have, and it having the same exact Blu-ray player in it, nobody's gonna care. So it needs to have it just because it needs a tick mark. If nothing else, it needs a tick mark for why it's better than the 4.
Yeah, and look, it makes sense why they would have the 4K Blu-ray player in the 5. I'm just being opposite for opposite's sake, because at the end of the day, entertainment is not when everybody say yes. Someone has to say no. But write in the comment section what you guys think about the topic we just was on. That was it was from Xbox One X 4K assets all the way to PS5 having a 4K or not having an Ultra 4K Blu-ray player in it. But yeah, write in the comment section on that. But that was everybody. That was just an interesting conversation I saw brewing in the back in the foreground, and I brought it forward. We did it. Fresh, are you eating something?
He's always eating something.
Fresh, you mother hubber.
Look. I'm sorry, man. I just got I got a milkshake and I got some fries.
Sorry. Look.
But I was enjoying it was like a movie. That was a good conversation.
Yeah, I'm done. All right, Matt.
I just start eating. I'm sorry.
I'm done with my news portion. Do you have a few titles or at least news stories you want to go over?
Yeah, sure. Nintendo announced the SNES Classic. It is basically the NES Classic, just the SNES version.
Oh, that's really a thing. It's really a thing? Oh.
Yeah, that's really a thing. It's just a small SNES, has a bunch of digital games. It's basically a ROM generator that you pay for. I'll buy one because my wife wants one. She said she did, so I gotta buy one. It's pretty much how that works.
Wow. Yeah, I'm done.
Happy wife, happy life. That's what it said in this video.
Pretty much. That's what I said. It has not changed, and it will not change.
Wow.
What else? The Battlefront has announced their pre-order bonuses. You basically get Kylo and Rey epic star cards. For those who don't know, they're going to a Overwatch / Halo type of system, since the heroes and all that stuff is all free. The maps and all that stuff is all going to be free. They're going to a microtransaction kind of system where you get like rec cards, star cards type. That's basically what they're doing. And they're giving away, if you pre-order it, you get 6 epic star cards of Kylo and Rey, instant access to the Last Jedi version of the Millennium Falcon, the First Order ship upgrade, and the Epic Yoda Star card.
This is the biggest reason why. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Maz. I'm gonna let you finish. Actually, continue with the news with Star Wars.
Okay. And Star Wars comes out November 17th. Go ahead, say what you were about to say. That's all I had as far as Star Wars goes.
I feel
before
burned.
I go into the next part of the news. Why?
I feel burned because, man, I bought the season pass for Star Wars Battlefront, right? I bought the season pass knowing that 2 will have free everything, right? But this was after I found out that. But this is the problem, man. Like, Destiny Destiny messed up too. Destiny 1, year 1 or 2, in my head I was like, this is the game. All right, I'll play this game forever. It'll save me money on all these other one-offs. But come to find out that Destiny 2 might last just 2 years, and then Destiny 3 will come out. Same thing will happen to that, and it'll keep coming out. Like, I'm looking for... Look, Maz, you might say you mother hubber. And Fresh, you might say you mother hubber too, but I need an MMO. You know what I'm saying? And what is the platform that flourishes on MMOs?
PC.
Yes. I might need to get on that PC, Fresh. Because I'm getting tired of this bullcrap these games are doing to me. Like, Battlefront 2 shouldn't be a thing. Why? Because they could have added everything in one. And look, before you say anything, they had a good rep with that name, right? Nobody was mad at Battlefront 1. Okay, they didn't have a story, but if they would, and I know it was old now, so if they did add a story, people would be like, it's old though. But this is my big gripe: 4K update.
Well, guess what?
Actually,
on
Battlefront
PC, they gotta buy that season pass too.
But listen, I'm talking about MMOs, yo. A game that keeps growing over time. Instead of me having to buy a sequel over and over and over. And look, they do that on World of Warcraft and MMOs. They do that.
Scrolls Online, you got to keep buying it.
And also they do the whole thing with erasing your old stuff. They do that on MMOs and stuff like that. But this is the thing though.
So Elder Scrolls Online is like that.
I gotta buy a whole new disc. I downloaded Destiny 1 digital.
Elder Scrolls is like that.
No, man, the game I'm actually looking at.
No, I'm asking
the game
you,
I'm
is
actually
Elder
looking at,
Scrolls
Final Fantasy 14. It's actually on PS4, so I might actually just stay on PS4 and just invest in Final Fantasy 14 and say screw everything else. But anyway, like I said, they burned me on the fact that, hey, I asked them, Mass, over and over and over again before they even talked about Battlefront 2. Okay, like it was leakage and stuff. I was tweeting them. Hey, can we get a 1080p upgrade on Battlefront, because Battlefront 1 runs at 900p on both PS4 and Xbox One. We got the Pro now. When the Pro released, I was just saying, hey, on the Pro, can we get a 1080p patch to make it 1080p instead of 900p? Just round it off, you know what I mean? 1080p, 60, what's up? And they was like, we're not working on that patch. And I texted them a week later, hey, can we get like a PS4 Pro patch for, this, that, and the other? We're not working on that right now. They answering me back, right?
That's it.
And then
Go ahead.
I looked online and I saw them running at 4K 60 on PC, Battlefront 1. I was watching this on my 4K HDR TV, right? Looking at this junk like, wow, this looks freaking amazing. I went and tweet at them, hey, can we get a 4K patch on that PS4 Pro though? And they said, we're not working on that. Sorry, or something like that, something stupid. And I was like, bruh, why are they not doing it?
Problem.
Why
that sounds like a personal problem with the game, not the console. Because saying the MMO.
I'm not bashing the console, Fresh. I'm bashing these games that have a
bash the developers.
No, I'm bashing the developers bashing the games. I'm bashing these games that have to have a 2. Why we can't have a 1 like Anthem? Anthem has a chance, okay? Anthem has a chance to be Anthem forever. Destiny 2 sounds stupid, Like the big old fat 2. Get out of here. Like Star Wars Episode 2, I understand. Episode 3, whatever, I understand. You know, they movies.
I know what you mean. Yeah, the name is a classic name. It's just there as a foundation. That's
Destiny should have went on forever.
Yeah.
And you look, I got this game digital, fresh. I got Destiny 1 digital, and I was telling them, Maslin, last year. I was telling them last year, Bungie, tweeting them, hey, can we get like a PS4 Pro patch on Destiny 1 though? Like resolution? I tweeted them. No response. Everybody asked them. Not only me, everybody asked them, hey, can we get like a PS4 Pro support on Destiny 1, you hear me? Like, can we get like some support here? The Pro just dropped. You guys are in bed with Sony. Can we get something to happen? Why they didn't do it? Because they were doing it for their 2. Why Battlefront didn't do it? EA didn't do it? DICE didn't do it? Because they were doing it for their 2. That's a problem, Fresh. And I'm getting burned with these games. And going back to my whole buying the season pass, I'm looking at Battlefront 2 like this could have been PS4 Pro enhanced.
I'm about to cure your problem. I'm about to cure your problem right here. You wanna know what I would say if I was them? If you was texting me that, this would be me. If you got a problem with it, then don't buy it. I'm sorry. Don't buy it. Don't buy it then. Don't even play it. Trade it in. Do whatever you got to do. Don't buy my game. I'm sorry. I would say that because you complaining like that, and we over whoever you talking to is not in control of it, and they probably can't control it. Whoever sees your message, they probably can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? So I'll be like, look, just don't buy it then, because I can't. Everybody else, it's not even just you. It's everybody else asking me, can you do this? Can we do that? Like I'm only the person that's working on the second game. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do anything.
What, Maslin? He gonna be looking for another job if he say that?
He just has to say. No, by no means is my input the input of the company. It'll be fine.
So he don't have to say what he just said.
I don't have to say it, but
if he do
like
say what he just said, man, you gonna be looking for another job.
Shorter words. No.
No, he just has to say that my views are not the views of the company.
No, Maz, you're not hearing me. If he was straight up saying don't buy it,
he wouldn't be looking for another job. He just has to say that my views aren't the views of the company.
Okay, I get what you're saying now. Sorry, man. I wasn't catching you.
As long as he preferences it by saying that the company, he doesn't speak for the company, he'll be fine.
Word.
He'll probably get yelled at, but he'll be fine.
He'll be fine?
I'll be fine, yeah. Look,
yeah, he'll keep his job.
I mean, like, look, let's be honest. Like, come on, you asking probably, what, 10 people that probably run that Twitter site? Come on now, like, what can they do?
But that's why, Maslin, I feel burned by Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 might be 10 times better than Battlefront 1, but I feel burned with Destiny also, because I feel
burned with Destiny.
I was ready to ride with that game for 10 years.
That's right. Destiny. I understand the Destiny thing. I don't understand the Battlefront thing.
Yeah, the Battlefront.
What
yeah,
you
hold
mean?
on. No, hold on, Maslin.
Battlefront was not an MMO. Like it was never set
hold
up.
up.
Battlefront was set up like Call of Duty or Battlefield. Like
no, man.
Battlefront was just a singular game, just like the other games had Battlefront 1 and 2. Like Battlefront was always a Call of Duty type game. Destiny,
yeah,
I understand because Destiny is an MMO.
No.
Destiny is an MMO.
Up there with World of
Battlefront
Warcraft.
is not an MMO.
Hold on. Only reason why I do agree with him on Battlefront 2 is because that Ultimate Edition right now is on sale for $10. You can get everything for $10, and people paid over $100 and something for it.
Now, being burnt about because you bought the season pass, that's an entirely different thing.
But you're talking about the game.
That's you making the decision.
There's a difference between the edition and the game.
Let me say this why I say Battlefront. There's already a Battlefront on PS2, right, Fresh? A literal Star Wars Battlefront.
There's already a Battlefront and a Battlefront 2.
Yes. If they basically rebooting it or whatever with the name Battlefront, okay. I'm thinking in my head like this is Star Wars Battlefront. This is Star Wars Battlefront. They gonna just add all the Star Wars in. They added Rogue One. If y'all remember, they added Rogue One. I'm thinking, man, they already said they won't add this year. Last year they said we won't add any Force Unleashed this year. You know, they said that. So in a way, they was kind of giving me hope that they might add it in the future. But like I said, Star Wars Battlefront. That's the name. We already got a game named this. But this is the name for our new franchise. And look, they didn't even have a campaign.
Guess what? They already got
it. Was multiplayer. Just like Overwatch. We don't expect the Overwatch 2, or do we? Are we expecting Overwatch 2? Well, bro,
what's your point? What's your point? Because we already got Ratchet & Clank 1. We got Ratchet & Clank 1 again. We got God of War 1 again. There's already a God of War.
But it was a remake, right? It was a remake.
Yeah, it's a remake. These are remakes.
If this Battlefront 1 that I'm talking about
was a remake, is a remake. It is a remake.
Look at it compared to what it had a campaign, sir.
Oh wow. So hold up, but this is a okay, but it's a remake, but it's online multiplayer.
It's not a remake. And didn't Battlefront 1 had space battles? Like I'm talking about legit space battles. Yeah, the first one.
They introduced, Maslin, was it? And they introduced it in the second one.
The difference between this one has the same battle. The only difference was in the first one you can go straight from a troop on the ground to being in a space battle.
That's what I'm saying.
That was the difference.
If it was a remake, fresh, that would be there. This ain't no remake.
Oh, okay, it's a remake of what the title is, but
if
not
it was a remake.
remake.
No, if it was a remaster, that would be there. A remaster, you don't change anything. You just upgrade the assets and the lighting and all that stuff. A remake,
this is a remake.
Things.
This is not a remake.
It is a remake.
This man,
because it don't even look like that.
Hold on, would you say Shadow of the Colossus is a remake or a remaster?
That's a remake.
It's a remaster. Oh, that's a remaster.
Okay, yeah, that's a remaster because they didn't change nothing. No. That same cutscene I saw.
Listen, remaster is like what Maslin just said. A remaster is taking the game and up-resing it and making the audio sound better.
I didn't disagree with it. Right. I'm just saying that.
But a remake is literally different cutscenes, like Modern Warfare Remastered. It's called Remastered.
No,
that's they literally remade the cutscenes, yo. They remade it.
Yeah, but it's still the same levels, still the same gameplay.
Right, that's a remaster.
I would say
that's
a remake.
A remake, you change something, not just because you made it and
what campaign? The campaign is still the same.
You didn't change it. You didn't change anything. It's the exact same game you played before. It just looks prettier and it plays on a new system. Even though they remade the cutscenes,
I'm sorry,
it's still the same cutscene.
Battlefront is a remake.
Okay. I would even go as far as to saying, okay, The Last of Us Remastered, that's a remastered. The Last of Us Remastered is a remaster.
That ain't no remake.
They didn't change nothing. They just updated. Okay, they might have added some textures or whatever. They made it prettier, just like the Star Wars films, right? They remastered those films. They added a few things or not, but they didn't change whole scenes. They didn't get new actors to perform all the scenes. And there is a part in the last movie.
So Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII, that's a remake.
A new actor in there, to match with the trilogy.
Final Fantasy VII is a remake.
That's a remake. Final Fantasy VII. That's a remake.
Why would you say that's a remaster, though?
That's not a remake. They're changing it.
They're changing it.
That's the same thing I'm saying, though.
The entire game is being changed.
Oh, you talking about from a turn-based to you saying from a
turn-based?
You saying from a turn-based
of the game?
It's a bigger
remake.
I would say that's a bigger remake.
Is fundamentally being changed.
That's a bigger remake.
Okay, what reconciles a remake for me is if you changing that gameplay, you changing the controls, and you changing the way everything looks and feels. That's a remake to me.
Okay, Crash Bandicoot, the one that came out today.
Crash Bandicoot, that's a remaster. That same level in Crash Bandicoot 1 is the same exact way.
Those cutscenes
are
totally different.
I'm going to tell you why it's a remaster. I'm going to tell you the one reason. Because I don't understand these people who keep arguing that it's a remake. Go look at the case. On the case, it says 3 games remastered. It says it on the case.
And then Sean said that. Layden said that. Sean Layden said when he announced it on stage, he said fully remastered from the ground up on PlayStation 4. That's what he said.
It's on the case. It's literally on the box art. It says 3 games remastered on the front of it. No one can argue. Why
you think Final Fantasy VII got the word remake in it? Because it's a remade game. They remaking it.
Right. They are remaking the entire game. It plays
That's literally in the title.
Different.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's in the title.
Okay, I see where y'all coming from, and I know the title. I know the words. I know. But Mastalin, you don't read and listen either. When they said this is a standalone game and also, First Light is a full game, you say that's a freaking DLC. So you don't read and listen either.
What you talking about?
So this is what I want you to do. I want you to go back to when they originally announced it and see where you see the standalone part. Then go 3 months in the future
What you mean? I don't see it. Ever since the beginning, I saw it. I saw First Light as a full game.
You saw what as a full game?
Hold on. Look, Mastalin is over here saying Sony is saying this.
Standalone DLC.
He calling Lost Legacy a DLC, but they call it a full game.
They announced it as standalone DLC.
They announced it, but things changed.
Hold on. They changed it so they can.
First Light is definitely DLC. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's
standalone DLC. They announced it as standalone DLC.
Can I go buy Lost Light? I said Lost Light. Can I buy Last Light right now?
First Light. Yes, you can buy First Light right now. Yes.
No. I'm talking about can I buy it at the store, looking at the case and looking at the back and everything, and talking about fetch?
It's digital only.
No, that's DLC, dog.
Okay, so can you buy Nidhogg at the store right now?
Can I buy Nidhogg? That's an indie tag. What indie game
Get out of here!
Right
It's a game.
What indie game got a physical? Besides
it's a game. Okay.
What
a game, like Mastalin said, a game is a game. Okay.
Hold up, but why Elite Dangerous? Hold on,
y'all playing double standards.
Listen. Elite Dangerous. Okay.
Y'all playing double standards.
I'm not playing any double standard. My argument had nothing to do with whether or not there was a physical version of it.
I'm saying no. That's
I'm saying
DLC
Lost Legacy
game.
is a game. Mastalin is saying it's DLC. The creator is calling it a full game. The creator is calling it remastered. I'm looking at it as a remake. I'm sorry. I'm looking at it as a remake.
No, hold up, bro. Back to that First Light thing. No, honestly, if it's part of the infamous Second Son universe and that's attached to that game, dog, that's DLC. That's not its own game itself. If it's the same, it's a part of that universe.
Okay, with your own definition, would you say the Lost Legacy is a DLC or a full game?
Lost Legacy is definitely a DLC, but it's it's longevity.
Well, that's your definition. I'm not gonna knock you on you.
I'm just saying, hold up. But listen though. Reason why I'm planning on playing devil's advocate, but
you playing devil's standards advocate.
Bro, listen. Only reason why I would say that Lost Legacy is not a standalone DLC because I can go to GameStop and buy Lost Legacy.
You already said it's DLC.
For $40.
You can't take that back.
If I can open the case and I can put it in there and I gotta install that if I gotta install
you can't do that with Nidhogg and all these other digital games.
No, if I have to listen, Nidhogg like megabytes. If I gotta install Lost Legacy. No, listen. If I gotta install Lost Legacy separate from Uncharted, then it is what it is. You can't just play First Light.
Y'all can't read and understand either. So I'm gonna just move on.
You saying nobody can't read? You saying that Battlefront ain't no remake?
It's not a remake.
It is a remake. What you talking about?
Battlefront is a reboot. That's what Battlefront is, sir. That's a reboot.
Okay, so you see AT-ATs walking around in Star Wars Battlefront 2 the way they were looking before.
Real quick. So we went from talking about whether it was a remaster versus a remake to you now saying it's a reboot. I agree that it's a reboot.
I've been saying that.
It is a reboot.
Why did we have this in kind? What was the remake versus remaster?
He said it wasn't a remake.
He's the one said
remake. And then
you said it was a remake. And I was telling him no.
I didn't say it. No, you said no. I said it's a reboot. No, I said it's a reboot.
Move
No,
on,
I said,
Brett,
listen,
move on,
hold
Master,
up.
move on.
No.
Save
Battlefront
us.
is a reboot,
Move
but
on.
I'm saying it's a remake.
Move on.
As far as gameplay,
No,
man, you
we
can't
recorded.
even
We
read.
recorded.
I guess you don't
Move
understand what the difference between a remake and a remaster.
Get
You
out
need
of
to
here,
get the miles
Fresh.
checked.
Maslin,
Get the
move
miles
on.
checked. Get the miles checked.
No, man, you ain't. Eyes
Get
checked.
the miles checked, dog.
Get your ears
Get
checked.
your miles checked, dog,
Get your
man.
ears
So you,
checked.
Maslin agreed. Hold up, Maslin, don't sit there. Don't sit back and act like, nah. Get out of there. You said it was a remake too, Maslin. You said it too. You was right with me. You was right with me, Maslin.
No,
now
man.
agree with me. Now, didn't you say that was a remake?
Hey, man, move
Well,
on,
I'm saying
man.
it's
Save
more
yourself.
remake than remastered. That was the conversation we were
Exactly.
having. I thought.
No.
Thank you.
I said
Thank
it was
you.
a reboot from the
Remastered.
beginning. I said it from the beginning.
Thank you.
Just look
When-
at the cotton
when-
picking video again. On the
What you mean when? You
So we
said it was a
hour and
remaster,
25
bro.
minutes. So we gonna move on.
You said it was a remaster. You said it was a
just don't-
remaster. Get out of here.
Look at the
Remaster.
recording. Look at the recording.
No, man.
No,
You talking about
no. Get out of here.
remaster. That's a
Maslin,
remake,
you don't
dog.
got
Get
no
out of here.
more news? All right, this has been Gaming Talk 41 minutes.
Battleborn has a new mode called Supercharged. It's basically Meltdown, except for it's 3v3.
Boom.
You understand what that was for? I really don't understand what that was
Now,
for.
is it Battleborn? That's a remake.
Also, while we're talking about the Crash Insane Trilogy, there's been a leak by a Hungarian retailer called Supercharger, something like that.
Yeah.
Super Gamer. That is coming to Xbox One December 8th, which doesn't surprise me.
I'm gonna cop that on the Xbox One X.
Like,
Play at true 4K.
That thing gonna be crazy on bad. That thing gonna run at 60. If it don't run at 60, I'm done. I'm done.
Well,
I'm
running
done.
60 now. I don't know. I don't know why they run at 60 now.
I'm saying the console that's been in production for like 17 years.
No,
we didn't
4K.
even get the name.
That's all we
that
looking for.
That thing better be running at 60.
No. It better be in native 4K.
No. Okay, they're 4K.
No,
That thing better be
4K,
running at
not
60
fake
though.
K.
4K. No,
Look,
4K.
Look,
Oh, 4K.
Look, nothing wrong with the PS4 Pro version. It's just not native 4K. I'm saying Xbox One
No,
X.
it's not native 4K. It's not. It's 1440p, 30 FPS. Why?
No, man,
Why?
look.
I mean, it's
it looks
three
beautiful.
games. It's
It
three
looks
games.
beautiful. It's 3 games. It look good. It look good.
It's 3 games in one. What do you mean?
Xbox One X better run that at native 4K. If it don't, that console
We were
is
just
stupid.
talking about it having to. Why? It should run. So should the PS4 Pro should run at native 4K.
So tell me this.
What?
Why
No,
Phantom Dust
Sean
dropping?
Murray actually-
Hold on.
no.
Why Phantom Dust dropping the
Them
dips
devil
in frame
fingers are crazy.
No. No, you Xbox fanboy is crazy. Look.
Hold on.
I
Answer
play on
that question.
PC. Again, you
Hold on,
keep
why
doing that
Phantom Dust? Why is
stupidity of going
Hold
towards
up.
the fanboy thing. I play on PC.
No.
Part of my PC.
Why
Playing
Phantom
on my
Dust?
PC as
Hold
we
up. Then why?
speak.
You talking about
you
Crash
buy
Bandicoot?
everything.
Why
You
Phantom
go-
Dust? Why Phantom Dust not running good frames then at 60? Why that game running struggling?
Forget about the frame rate. Forget about the frame rate for a second.
Nah, man, what you talking
Listen,
about? Well, that ain't
the reason why
Phantom Dust not in
PS4
4K.
Pro don't do native 4K on all these big name games because it's not. It can't. It don't look. It's Mark
Yes, it
Sony.
can.
No. It can't at a solid performance. It could. Yeah, I agree with Maslin. It could run every game at 4K. But what? At the cost of performance? Who want to play a 4K game at like 20 frames per second?
1,000%. It can 1,000% run Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, he right,
at
bro. It can run
4K.
Crash.
I don't care what. I don't care what no one says.
No, you
Knack
understand.
actually has a higher resolution.
No,
Hold on,
listen.
bro.
Here.
They got. Look at the digital finder
look,
video.
look,
They
here we go.
added
Let's put
all kind of graphical enhancements in that game. It's crazy.
That irrelevant. Completely irrelevant.
So they
Hey,
I'll give you a
calm
perfect
down,
example.
man.
Mike,
It's
they
too
read
loud.
these questions.
Fresh, turn down your mic.
Listen, I'm going to give you a perfect example. Horizon Zero Dawn runs
Yeah.
at a better resolution than Crash Bandicoot. Any excuse, kill yourself for it.
Yeah, Knack
stupid.
runs at a better resolution too.
Kill
Like I said,
yourself.
it's
We do
stupid.
not condone
It's stupid.
suicide
It's
on
stupid.
this podcast.
Bro, he is right though. Knack runs better than Crash. Knack is a new game. Knack is a new game with all that effects and all that, and it's bigger and it runs better.
Any excuses you want to accept?
Hold up, that is true. If Uncharted 4, hold on,
look, you gotta understand though. Horizon Zero Dawn is a different engine than Crash.
That is true.
You gotta understand, engines is all about the engines. Look at Hideo Kojima's Fox engine, 1080p 60,
are we about to have
open world.
Are you about to try to teach me how to make a game?
I'm telling you that engines.
Are you about to try to teach me
engines do matter?
Remember who we're
engines do matter.
Are you about to try to teach me how to make a game?
Hold on, tell me if I'm wrong.
Engines do matter. Look at Crysis. Go ahead.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
It's not the engine. The engine doesn't dictate how best you optimize the game. Your engine is created around your game. Your game is optimized for the system. The only system you had to optimize for is the PlayStation.
Well, guess what? Rise Prey runs like crap on PS4. That engine is obviously not optimized for PS4.
Right.
And also Xbox One.
Optimized. So like I said, and that's also on 3 different platforms. So they had to optimize for 3 different platforms.
But ain't Crash Bandicoot going to be on Xbox, you
on
said?
PlayStation.
I gotta agree. Why is Infinite Warfare 4K native on Pro? That is true.
Today is June 29th.
Yeah.
If Crash Bandicoot is supposed to come out December 8th for Xbox One, then they have well more than enough time to optimize for Xbox.
It is not no 1 month port.
Time
to optimize a game, you need more than just
1 month port.
You need more than the months you got from now to December.
How many months?
What you mean? Because Tomb Raider came out on PS4.
No, because we're about to have this conversation. How many months do you need, Mr. Game Developer? Let me know.
Let me tell you right now, Maz.
Let the person let me know. Go ahead.
Let me tell you.
Educate me on this process.
Listen, Maz. If they tell me if I'm wrong. I don't need you to step in. If you making a game for multiple consoles, are you going to? And look, this is not no Hello Games. This is not no Epic Games with Cliffy B with Lawbreakers. This is Activision here. Okay.
Hold on. Activision is the publisher, dog. Hold on. Activision is the publisher. Bluepoint Games.
But guess what the publisher do? They help the developers. Okay. That money is all. Look, everybody got their hand in the money. Okay. It's not just the developers. Activision got their hand in the money too.
So hold on. So Naughty Dog. So Naughty Dog helped
Cotton picking. Let me finish what I'm saying. Okay. This team, these people can make multiple games at one time. See, Cliffy B's excuse was, I'm a small team, so I can only make it for PC and PS4. That's why it's not on Xbox. That was his excuse. I can't tell you if that's facts. I can't tell you if he's bullcrapping you. All I can tell you is what he's telling us. So at the end of the day, there's no way they made the PS4 version only, and then they gonna say, all right, guys, let's go to Xbox now. No, they made it. They got multiple teams working on Crash Bandicoot. If this is true, and it's coming to Xbox.
No, they don't. Bluepoint Games is the only one who.
They have one team. They have one team working on this game.
But you think that team? You think everybody is only working on the PS4 version? I find that hard to believe. If it's coming to Xbox.
Why?
I'm sorry.
Hold on, this is the same problem with Kingdom Hearts.
This is the thing, right? Yeah. You are looking at Activision as if Activision is developing anything. They're not. Activision doesn't develop anything.
I'm just saying the money is there, man.
Like
to do.
No, you don't know how.
Activision is publishing
what money? What money? Activision is publishing it. So they have provided minimal funding. Xbox and PlayStation
minimal
provide their amount of funding.
Big for them.
Listen, hold on. What you talking about? The same people who made Uncharted Collection is the same ones who made Crash Bandicoot. I'm sorry, remastered it.
Okay, look.
Naughty Dog didn't help them. They was making Uncharted 4.
You talking about an exclusive, Fresh? You talking about an exclusive? I'm talking about a multi-platform.
No, I'm saying, but Bluepoint Games is the one who made.
Like you said, if you make it for PC, but you might as well make it. It's a Windows. What you called it in the past? A Windows. What you called it? A Windows something.
Universal Windows platform.
Exactly. So they already got the Xbox version. Okay. Like, you got to make the games on PC, right? And of course they had it set to PS4 specs so they can make sure to optimize it correctly. But all I'm saying is games like Kojima's Metal Gear Solid 5 with the Fox engine, 1080p 60 open world game. No other open world game achieves that.
That was also a 200-person team working on one game.
But I'm just saying that the engine helped them do it. Their optimization and their skill helped them do it.
Stop with the trying to tell me
I'm wrong.
How game development
You
works.
haven't not once told me I'm wrong.
You create a.
You just telling me to stop.
You create. I'm telling you you're wrong. You create an engine. The engine is based on your game, the type of game you need, and the coding structure you need. Do different engines have problems with different things? Sure, but again,
that's the main point.
You code and optimize for these specific things. Right now, let's say up until 2 days ago, no one heard about it coming to Xbox One.
Okay.
So up until this point in time, they've been working on the PS4 and the PS4 only version. That's it.
Okay.
There's no other platforms out right now.
Yes.
And the way optimization works is that doesn't happen until the last 90 days roughly of a development. So right before it goes gold, you start to optimize for the individual platforms. So like I said, they've only been developing for one set of platforms, and that's PlayStation. That's it.
We don't know that. You're not in there. You're not in there. You're not in their house.
Because that is what's out right now.
Look, I'm just saying we can't act like we know all this because we're not out.
The Xbox version is 6 months out. I know this from having developed games. Again,
you worked on Crash Bandicoot, sir?
You're missing the entirety of my point. You're trying to make up something based on zero experience in the field.
You have zero experience on Crash Bandicoot.
Okay, again, like I said, you're making up something based on zero experience in the field. I have developed games. I've developed big games. No, I know how to develop.
Where your Crash Bandicoot?
You don't.
Where your tag at?
You trying to tell me I'm wrong on how things work?
Look, listen.
Is completely the
all I'm saying
of reality.
Is we can't say PS4 Pro is bad because it can't run this game at 4K.
I didn't say PS4.
The development team is bad.
I haven't said nothing about PS4 Pro.
He didn't say it was bad.
I said it should be because the game is not demanding, and there are other games that do it better.
You saying it's not demanding? Are you sure it's not demanding?
You are defending the PS4 Pro as if I'm down putting the PS4 Pro.
What? I just said the PS4 Pro can't do 4K because it doesn't have the GPU power. How am I defending in saying that?
I
agree. It could run at 4K, but the performance will get hit. I'm sorry.
4K. The resolution
You're defending the PS4.
has nothing to do with the CPU. The resolution has nothing to do with the CPU.
I said GPU, sir.
Nothing. And it does have the GPU power to run 4K.
No, listen. I agree with you that the PS4 Pro could do 4K on everything, even on Watch Dogs 2, on everything. I agree with you.
It can't.
But
I said it has the ability to run 4K games. Right, the performance will get hit because of the CPU problems. That is very true.
You see the graphics in Crash Bandicoot? You see them.
Yes, I see them, and they are not, oh my gosh, this is the greatest graphical thing that I've ever seen. No.
It's not. I'm sorry. To me, that does look like that. In comparison to PS1, I'm like, wow.
In comparison to PS1,
the motion blur.
How about
that game looks
it
sometimes better than most games out now. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy looks better than some games out now.
Does Crash Bandicoot look better than Ratchet and Clank?
It looks as good as Ratchet and Clank. I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Hold on.
It looks as good.
Again,
but the scale on Ratchet and Clank is more impressive. Look, I'll give you that.
Hold on. Ratchet and Clank is an open world title.
Exactly. That looks more impressive. That looks definitely more impressive than Crash Bandicoot.
But
when I look at
he talking about from PS1 to here, that looks incredible.
And that looks amazing. Like looking at the motion blur, looking at all the detail all around, like everything about it. Like look, the only thing that when I looked at the Digital Foundry video where they showed off the reflections in the PS2 or PS1 crash, like that, I didn't see that in the PS4 version. And that might have
they
just
got
been
reflections. They got reflections.
If they have it, that's cool. But I don't know. I didn't look close enough then. But all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, to say, look, Maslin, maybe in a future patch they can make it native 4K. Okay, like I agree with you that they could make it 4K, but at no compromise, 4K no compromise. That's hard to believe because Mark Sony, or however way you say his name, literally said you need 8 terabytes, 8 teraflops to do native 4K. That's what he said.
Mark Sony is full of crap.
Of course, the PlayStation guy is full of crap.
No,
he's full of crap. Oh, okay,
the same person that said the PS4
the
Pro
genius is full of crap.
Has 8 terabytes.
Okay, the genius, yeah, somebody who's smarter than everybody at Microsoft.
He has 8
He's probably
terabytes.
smarter than everybody in this party.
Yeah. It's like y'all have some weird things with how y'all talk about people. It's very weird with how y'all talk about people. It's very weird.
What you mean talk about people? We talking good about them.
Yeah, we are. And look, you defending the PS4 Pro. All I'm saying is the Xbox One X, it better be able to run it. If you saying the PS4, no, forget 60, 4K. No,
but
PS4, Xbox One X better run that game at 4K.
I'm asking. It's hilarious to me that you're saying the PS4 Pro doesn't do it and it's okay, but the Xbox One better do it.
No,
yeah, better do it. Hold up, no. So you mean to tell me a game? Hold up, listen. So a game like Forza can run at native 4K, lock that 60, lock that 60. Lock that 60, native 4K. You mean to tell me it won't do that with Crash Bandicoot on the Xbox One X? You're telling me that right now. Now, Crash Bandicoot, it's not open world.
See, this is
calm down. Your mic is too darn loud, man.
The funny part is, again, y'all doing that thing where y'all be like, it's okay that the Pro does, that PS4, that PlayStation doesn't do it, but Xbox has to do it.
I never expected to do
that.
Hold on, your mic is trash. I'm sorry for the listeners. Fresh, listen to me. Your mic is too darn loud.
What about power?
You're killing the mic. People listening to it on iTunes. Fresh, you gotta control yourself, baby.
No, listen, that's not me, dude. Y'all mics is in my ear. That's why I'm talking louder. Y'all screaming at me.
I'm not. Look, when you scream, you look like you sound scratchy. You itchy and scratchy, man.
You too. You was just like, what? Look. All I'm saying is this. Like I said, y'all talking about power this, power that. If you can't run a game like Crash on your console, then that's something's wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Maslin, you're right, Maslin. You are correct. We shouldn't be expecting the Xbox One X to do this at 4K. But the fact that Microsoft been hyping this thing for a year, that's why.
I expected the PS4 Pro to do it at 4K.
Why?
Hold up.
Even if it didn't do it at 4K, I expected it to do it at 60 FPS.
They said this is a stronger PlayStation. It's a stronger PS4. Xbox talking about waiting another year just for a name reveal. I'm thinking like, oh, this thing about to be the freaking the second coming for consoles. Yeah. Like that's what I'm thinking is going to be. Every game going to run at 60.
Mark
4K.
Sony never said, or none of those dudes never said. And I looked at the press conference. If you gonna test me on what I'm about to say, they never said that. Excuse me. All their games are gonna be native 4K, or they never said like their games are gonna be native 4K. They never said that. They never said that. They talked about how they're gonna have better resolution. They talked about how it's gonna be higher fidelity graphics. They said all that, and that's true. But Microsoft on
4K,
stage
4K,
over and over and over.
Yeah, 4K, but it didn't say
4K.
I looked at the conference. Rewatch it.
Again,
I rewatched the whole conference. Microsoft on stage said native 4K.
You're doing
true
now
4K.
Again, you're doing those things where you're accepting excuses from a billion-dollar company like it matters.
Okay,
stop doing that. Sony's not paying you. Sony's not. No, I'm not. I have literally said nothing about Xbox. I've said nothing about Xbox One X.
Okay, what do you think about
like I said before,
Crash on
they
Xbox
should
One X?
also be able to do it. I said they should also be able to do it on the PS4 Pro. You immediately went into defense mode about the PS4 Pro, like Sony was going to send you a check.
Look, I would love a check. Sony,
y'all going over the barrier. I heard it in the chat, yo.
What?
You hear y'all scratching on the video.
Like I said, I agree
That's massive.
100%. I agree that the Xbox One X should also be able to run this game at 4K, 60 FPS. That is a true statement.
Okay.
The difference between what I'm saying and what you're saying is you immediately went into defense mode like the PS4 Pro, it's okay, but the Xbox One X, if it doesn't do it, it's trash.
Okay,
That's
let me
all
say
I
this.
called out. I never said the Xbox One didn't need to do
Let me
it.
just say this. What I
Again,
said, what I saw,
y'all hear different things
Maslin,
from what I
let me
say
just say this
because
about
y'all
Pro.
immediately go
Because
into
you look,
defense mode.
Okay, look, let me go ahead and say something bad about Pro so it can make you happy. When I watched it on Digital Foundry, I was like, instead of resolution, I was like, why isn't this not in 60? Forget 1440p. Why isn't this game in 60 at 60? That's what I was saying when I was watching that doggone thing. I was like, why isn't this game? Forget the resolution. Why isn't this game at 60? All you're doing is running up and down. That's what I said with the Pro in the PS4. I said, why isn't this game in 60? Why? What's that game called? Y'all mentioned earlier, Ratchet and Clank. This ain't Ratchet and Clank, not an open world.
Well, I know. To be honest with you, reason why I say that to Xbox, I want them to do the most because I was told no compromises. That's all I was saying. That's why
you heard that with their games. You heard that with their games. No compromises.
Yeah, no compromises. That's all I'm saying. They was splurging like that. They was splurging. So I was expecting it. That's all I'm saying.
Maslin, the whole thing about Xbox One, a lot of people, we had a whole year to sit on this thing. That's literally the only reason, Maslin. I hope you understand that. People hype got too high. And especially me and Fresh, because we all said in earlier podcasts that this thing should have been out so this hype won't be too darn high. If it came out like a month after Pro, then hey, this is the Xbox's Pro, right? This is Xbox's Pro. They should have called it the Xbox One Pro, But since we waited so long and it's still not out, like that's why people have these wild expectations for Xbox One X. And the true fact is you should just expect the games to look better on Xbox One X if you're doing a comparison side by side.
Which they will.
Not even resolution. Take resolution and all that stuff out, and it will. Okay. Like Fresh said, it will. But if you are talking about Xbox One X and PS4 Pro, the biggest comparison is the Xbox One X version is going to look better if you got it side by side and you Digital Foundry. But at the end of the day, when I was looking at Digital Foundry's video of Crash, I was saying, why isn't this game in 60? I didn't even care for the 4K. Look, it could be 1080p. I don't care. Why isn't this game why doesn't it at least have a 60 frames per second mode? Like I said, you're just running up and down, up and down. And now look, I had to literally in that video chill out. I had to breathe and chill out. Okay, it don't have 60. All right, it don't have 60. But the game looked crazy good. Look at this. I saw the cutscenes. They were showing the cutscenes all. Oh man, that game looked like a pre-rendered animated movie. They actually said that in the video. And look, it's 1440p upscale to checkerboarding rendered into 4K. Okay. I'm not looking at that still. I'm just saying it is sharper. I do see the sharper because I was watching this on my 4K TV. But at the end of the day, I was like, okay, it's not 60. On console, it's a 30 FPS game. I just got to chill. It's 60 it's 30 FPS. That's what it is. Oh, man, the game looked amazing. I bet you if you play it on Pro, they said it's locked 30. So the game is going to be solid. 30, no drops, no nothing. It's going all the way through cutscenes. On the PS4 Pro normal, it drops. Some frames drops or whatever during the cutscenes, but during the gameplay, it's locked still at 30. So it's going to be a solid experience. Okay, I chilled out on that. And when you said that it might come to Xbox One, remember, I already chilled out on frame rate because Fresh over there saying better be 60. Look, Xbox One X is not you can't look at it for better frame rates. You gotta look at it for just better graphics or better looking games. So that's because our last conversation about Destiny and stuff like that. Like I chilled out on Destiny running at 60. I chilled out in a way. Be content with what you have, players, gamers. Be content with what you have. If you have something that can play Destiny 2, be content with what you have. If you
but how you gonna
play
be? But bro, yeah, but I'm sorry to bust that whole speech and everything like. But how you gonna be content with what you have if you literally paid for something that they said is gonna be in? You know what I'm saying? You can't be content if you already spent that money on what they promised that's gonna be in that box.
Hold on.
Then what?
What you talking about?
How you gonna be content? I'm talking about the Xbox One X when people buy it, and if I do get it, if anybody,
I said,
okay,
first be content with what you have, man.
Nobody
has an Xbox One X right now.
Bro, listen, I'm saying it's people out here that don't, they're not into gaming news like that. They don't catch that gaming news.
Let me finish what I'm saying because I think I know what you're going. Let me just finish what I'm saying.
A random guy that won't get an Xbox One X. Go ahead.
I know what you're trying to say, and I'm gonna get to that. Matt, going back to Mastalin. I chilled out on the frame rate. I said, be content with what you have. All right, if you on console, if that's where you made your bed, be content with what you have because guess what? PC not cheap. Okay, 60 frames per second not cheap. If you wanted to look good and run at 60, and before you say $500 is cheap, drop in the bucket. You over there swimming in your bucket of money over there in the garage, But anyway, look, at the end of the day, I chilled out on frame rates. Okay, when we do get games that are running at higher frame rates, be thankful. I chilled out on it because at the end of the day, I could go out there and give you $500 today and you go build a PC like you said you would and stuff like that. But how about I save that money and use it for life? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I chilled out on frame rates. Now I'm going to go to my point. When you said the Crash Bandicoot coming to Xbox, because of the hype, because of this console, Phil Spencer was saying 4K this, that, and the other, and even the latest news of Titanfall going in freaking 6K at some points, I'm like, this game better be in 4K. I'm not even talking about 60. I'm just talking about resolution. See, your expectation for Xbox One X is, hey, just look better than PS4 Pro. But my expectation for Xbox One X is just different. That's all I'm saying. I hope you understand that. You know what I'm saying? That game, it definitely, I agree with you. It could run on PS4 Pro at 4K, but with no compromises. I'm sorry, I can't wrap my head around that. But on Xbox One X, stronger GPU is stronger all around in that sense. I believe that they can achieve native 4K on that console. Why? Because you just go.
They can do native 4K on Crash. On Pro, they can do that.
I agree, but without compromises. Like you talking about 4K assets on Xbox One X, that's all I'm saying, man. I hope you understand. That's all.
That game should be. Look, the amount of power I agree with Mastalin though. The amount of power they put in Horizon Zero Dawn and that being in 4K 30, a game like Crash, 4K, you should be able to do 4K 60. I know, but you should be able to do 4K 60. If you can just 1440p, whatever.
Look, if Crash was made on that engine, they probably could have.
No,
on that engine? It's Bluepoint Games.
I don't care that it's not 4K 60. It should be either 4K or 60.
Oh,
I don't
agree.
Care.
Okay,
right. I don't care that it's not both. I don't at all. Y'all jump to a whole bunch of conclusions.
Don't say y'all. Don't say y'all. I agree with you, bro.
I don't care that it's not 4K and 60. I care that it's not 4K or 60. It's not either of those things. I have a question why. That's my only question.
You do
why.
I know, that's a good question.
If you look at the 1080, the PS4 normal version, to the 1440p PS4 Pro version, the only upgrade is the resolution. All the assets, the AO, the AA, the filtering, the blur, the motion blur, the temporal movement for the precision of the character, the shadow placement, all that is exactly the same. The only thing that changes the resolution. That being the case, why didn't they go to 4K or 60 FPS? I don't care that it's not both. I don't expect it to be both.
That's what I'm saying.
I expect it to be one or the other. Why didn't they do either?
That's my problem. I'm not going to act like I'm a developer. I'm not going to act like that. And I'm not gonna say what they went through or what they did to achieve what they did achieve. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just saying.
Look.
I'm just saying at the end of the day that PS4 Pro is not a 4K console. It's a 4K console to a certain extent. It's a 4K console to a certain extent, but as far as expecting 4K games on this thing, like expect real small games. Like I'm gonna name some 4K native titles that are big and also small.
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is
not locked at 4K fresh. It's a dynamic resolution.
What you mean not locked at 4K?
Oh, you thought Modern Warfare?
I said no, man. I said Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, that's not locked at 4K. Modern Warfare probably is locked because it's old. PS4 Pro is doing old games at native 4K. The only two new games I know they're doing at native 4K. The only two new games, and then you could probably say it's old too, is The Division and Battleborn. Those are the only two new games that are native 4K on the console. And it's pretty impressive that they're doing The Division at that resolution. But I don't know, maybe they're doing some kind of weird tricks.
Look. This my whole thing. If you got a problem with Crash, anybody got a problem with Crash, this is my thing. My question is this: what you should be asking them is why is you made Uncharted all 3 games 1080p 60, even on the original PS4, all of those games are 1080p 60. Mm-hmm. Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, and Uncharted 3, 1080p 60, 3 games, and they are big.
Back it up.
Listen, and they are big. Listen, and they are big games. Why isn't Crash 60 either? Like Master said,
that's what my thing is. That's what my thing is. But I chill out on that.
If Uncharted can do it, no, ain't no chilling out.
Y'all keep blowing the horns. Y'all keep blowing the horns.
Listen, bro, you got realistic graphics on Uncharted.
I don't want to be mad all day. Because if I harper on it, I'm going to be mad all day about it. But
I'm just saying, you can't run a cartoon game. That's a problem. You can't run a cartoon game. That's a problem. I'm just saying, you can't run a cartoon game, but you can run a realistic game at 60. That's all I'm saying. You the one talking about it.
Yeah, I'm done. All right, move on to the next subject. One more, Mass. We got to go home, man.
I'm done. That was a long conversation.
Over Crash. Come on
in. And Mass, Fresh, why you got to break the sound barrier every time? Oh, we done?
Who? What? Get out of it. I ain't not talking. You know what? That's both of y'all. Both of them breaking the sound barrier.
We done, Mass?
No, I got. You said one more, so
okay. I didn't know you had it. Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. So I'll do. There'll be 3 real quick succession since they're all about DLC. Titanfall 2, the War Games DLC is currently out. It's free, like all the Titanfall 2 DLC has been. It has a live fire map, a new weapon slot, and another game mode. Rick and Morty is coming to Rocket League. So if you're into Rick and Morty, on July 5th they'll have Rick, Morty, Carmelon, Mr. Meeseeks, and Mr. PBH as antenna toppers. So they'll have their heads so they'll just bobble around or whatever. And it's also coming to Move or Die, Rick and Morty. So their figures is coming to Move or Die. And what else? What are you about to ask?
No, man, don't
Valkyria Revolution. Valkyria Revolution is out. It's the sequel to Valkyria Chronicles. It's out on everything.
Oh yeah, the anime game. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was Valkyria Chronicles is dope. I bought Valkyria Revolution. I haven't played it, but they changed a little bit of how it's played. So I'll let y'all know. I'm gonna do a review of it once I finish it.
You should throw some gameplay though. I want to see it.
Yeah, I'll be playing it on stream.
Okay.
Mixer.com/DaRealMastalin.
Hold up, yeah, man. Send me that link, dog, cause your links be broken, man. What's going on?
No, his whole page is broken. I went on Mixer and tried to follow him. Don't work. It don't work. I signed in and everything. Just don't work.
I'm gonna go to Twitter and I'm gonna click on one of my Mixer links. I'm gonna see if it takes me to my page.
Well, I don't know about that. I never go that route. I always go to the app and try to find you.
Because I tweet it out every time I go live.
Snap.
And all you gotta do is click the link, and it takes you directly to my page.
Okay, look. Before I hit the 2-hour marker, we need to do our outros. Thank you, everybody, for watching us or listening to us. Remember, we're on Stitcher Radio, iTunes, and SoundCloud. In the description, you can find us there. And also, hashtag like this video. And thank you. And I want to say thank you to all the new people who comment. And look, I should have said this in the beginning. All the new people who've been subscribing. Listen, we do Game and Talk every week on Thursday. We try to hit it at the 5 p.m. U.S. Central Time. Stand by for all that good stuff. And this is the S series where we just chill. The other series is more structured. I'm going to try to make sure it's more structured. We're going to go to our outros. We're going to go first to Maslin because 8-Bit jumped off because his power and stuff. We pray everything is okay. But Maslin, say bye to the people.
We appreciate y'all for rocking with us, peoples. We appreciate y'all for being here with us as a whole as we argue and then, start talking about other stuff after the fact. It is what it is, but we appreciate y'all nonetheless. And like I said before, I want y'all to take y'all katana out, smash that like button. Y'all like to play cousins, man.
All of Maslin's stuff, go hashtag like it. He do daily content. Franklin Clinton, Franklin, where you been, man? I've been looking for you, boy.
Franklin?
Hold up, making 4 videos a day in his room? Nah, it's okay to make 4 videos. He getting paid, that's his job. But pray for him, Franklin. Pray for him, Franklin. But anyway, thank you, Maslin, for joining us in Game and Talk 41S. Dang, man.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right. Fresh, you next. Say bye to the people.
Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. It's your boy PrinceThaGamer signing out. Got some gameplays coming up with Crash Bandicoot tonight.
Ooh.
And we also finishing up the Evil Within. 2 chapters left. And subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
3 people. What? Where y'all was, man? When y'all was? Oh, that's y'all watching it. Yeah, I'm.
That's yeah. Hold up,
but
Crack
still,
Gamer
Franklin,
needs
thank you
to
for
still,
stopping by. But Fresh in his channel is in the description. Subscribe to him. Hashtag like all his content. He does good work. And that Crash Bandicoot. Yeah. Expect gameplay in the background of my normal videos and stuff. Hey, Fresh, can you download it for me on your phone, bro?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, like I do you. Thank you. All right. So that's my dudes. Thank you everybody for joining us in the 41st S series of Game and Talk. We're going to do 42 next week. Join us for that. But that's all she wrote. This has been Raw. Coming at you raw. Pieces. And God bless you for stopping by. I do want to say this, though. I'm playing that Amazing Spider-Man, getting ready for that Spider-Man PS4. What? A little bit sad? No, it's good.
They ain't nowhere near.
They'll be similar. They'll be similar.
They won't be too similar because this is one big thing. This is one big thing I noticed from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like, Amazing Spider-Man 2, dude. That game camera too close to that man booty.